Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome back to Be Honest, your business and wellness podcast. So, in this podcast, 90% of the time, I focus on wellness. Okay. A lot of people ask me, why is business and wellness, like, how does that fit together in a podcast? So, for me, the number one thing about being an entrepreneur, and not even an entrepreneur, but just being like an able-bodied person in general, your mental health is a very integral part of your being, right? If your mind is not right, your mind is the powerhouse of your whole entire body. You're significantly limiting your ability to create and do the things that you need to do as, let's say, an entrepreneur, for example, if your mind is not in the best place, okay? So today what we're going to talk about is a money mindset. So obviously for businesses and entrepreneurs, money is a very important factor that comes up in obviously commerce, but it comes up in everyday life as well. So I have three main points that I use on a regular basis to keep my energy high when it comes to my money mindset. So first and foremost is number one is that money is an energetic exchange, right? So you spend your money on things and you receive something in return, right? But the process of that is also the transfer of energy, right? You've put energy and action and work into creating that financial abundance, and now you're transferring it for something of value or wealth or whatever the case might be, right? So that is an energetic exchange. So you have to be very wary of your energy in the process of that exchange, right? So this is one of the reasons why it's really important to be very highly conscious of what you're spending your money on and how is it benefiting your life, right? So for me, I try to really focus on spending money on things that are of value to my overall health and wellness, my being, my existence. So that might mean I take pride in being able to purchase, fresh fruits and vegetables. And I'm grateful for that because I know that there's a lot of people all over the world that are not as financially stable and don't necessarily have the option to purchase, let's say, fresh fruits and vegetables on a regular basis, right? I'm also very weary of the energetic exchange between certain things. So this is one of the reasons why I know the lottery is a very popular thing that a lot of people do, but personally, I have never played the lottery and I don't plan on playing it. Okay. The reason why is because I don't subscribe to the energetic exchange of that interaction. So when you play the lottery, you're essentially giving your hard-earned money to a pool of money, and you're crossing your fingers and hoping and praying that you hit the jackpot, you get lucky, and you win, right? But in the process of that exchange, you have to really be conscious of the message that you're sending out to our creator, source, the energies, the universe. What is the message of playing the lottery? You're essentially saying, I'm betting on something outside of myself. That's number one. You're also saying that I have more trust and more of a belief and mindset that I have more of an ability to get rich, hit the jackpot, create financial abundance for myself and others through betting on something that has no connection between my work, my ability, what I do, my mind, how God made me, my talent, my skill, absolutely nothing, right? So again, the energetic exchange of that process, you're saying, I'm betting on this and I'm not betting on me, right? I personally believe that to have a good and strong positive money mindset, it's beneficial for you to say things like, I'm going to bet on myself. 10 times over, 10 times down, I trust in my power, in my ability, in my God-given talents and abilities to create the life that I desire through my work, through my action, and through my mindset, right? Doing something like playing the lottery is literally the polar opposite of that. Hence the reason why I've never played the lottery and I never plan to. Number two is you really want to have an abundance mindset. And you want to steer very, very clear of anyone, anything, processes, situations, people that have a lack mentality, right? So a lot of the times, especially in business, especially when you're first starting out, maybe you have a great idea that you want to share with your friends and your family, and they might say things like, you think that's a really good idea? Like, so many people have an e-commerce business. So many people sell graphic tees and printed t-shirts. So many people are in hair care. So many people do nails, right? How do you think that you're gonna make money off of that, right? So again, I mentioned this before, our friends and our family, they mean well, right? But they're projecting their own fears and their lack mentality onto us and onto people that have the vision of being entrepreneurs or creating something or moving in the direction that is maybe a path that's a little bit less traveled, but they don't have those ideas and those motivations for a reason, right? You have that motivation to be an entrepreneur, start a business, whatever the case might be. So go with that, right? Steer clear of people that have a lack-based mentality. Personally, for me, whenever I have a new idea, I don't share it with anyone. I don't share it with anyone because a lot of the times people put that lack mentality on your ideas, and then it creates a lot of resistance, right? When you have resistance surrounding the ideas, the goals, the desires that you're wishing to create, it really prevents you from moving forward, right? So sometimes, keep your ideas to yourself, try to steer clear of that lack mentality as much as possible, and keep your mind clear and in an abundance mindset. So when I'm talking about abundance mindset, say things like, money is everywhere. Money is abundant. Money flows to me with ease and very little effort. I can make money out of anything. I can create abundance in my life and in the life of others. The money that I desire desires me even more, right? And the more that you start to say these things, you'll slowly see the abundance that you wake up to that's all around you, the abundance that starts to flow to you easily and naturally and with ease, right? So that's point number 2. Get rid of that lack mentality and focus on that abundance mindset. Point number 3, which is really, really important. This is probably, I personally think, one of the most important factors, is that money is a tool. That is it. Money is a tool to create additional abundance in your life, to provide you with the things and the things that you need to support yourself and live, food, shelter, water, all that sorts of great stuff. But that's it. It is a tool. It does not have any role on your intrinsic value as an individual, right? You have value as a person, whether your account is at the top or at the bottom, right? Your intrinsic value is who you are, right? Money has absolutely nothing to do with that. Outside of what society will say, because that society pumps that into our heads constantly, especially for men in particular, that you're not of any true value unless you can create this level of financial abundance. But that is not true. And not only is it not true, it's actually detrimental to your money mindset and your growth forward, right? Because if when your money is up and good, you're obviously going to feel great, right? Because you use that as something, as a marker of value for yourself. You're going to feel great. Things are going to be flowing. You're going to feel on top of the world, right? But when your money's down, you're obviously not going to feel great. You're not going to feel good physically. You're not going to feel good mentally. And when you're not in a good place physically and mentally, it's very, very difficult for you to create abundance. It's very difficult for you to tap into your creativity, to tap into your God-given talents, to find creative ways to create more abundance in your life and in the life of others if you're feeling down and sad about the fact that you don't have money right now, right? Obviously, there's a certain, balance with this. Like, it's very hard to move past and to see the abundance in your life when you're, worrying and struggling about covering your basic needs, right? But as long as your basic needs are met, try not to use the amount of money that's in your bank account as a way of determining how much value you have as an individual. You have intrinsic value. Money is always around you. Money is always flowing. Your account might be up. Your account might be down. It's going to fluctuate at times, but that doesn't mean that you are not a creator, and that does not mean that you do not have the ability to create the life that you desire and, in all honesty, deserve. So those are my 3 main points. Money is an energetic exchange. Focus on that abundance mentality as opposed to lack. And last but most importantly, do not allow money to define you. It is simply a tool that we use to create more, but we have intrinsic value within ourselves. So those are my 3 main points. Hopefully those were of use, or let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll be back, of course, with more content very soon.